The new battle pass is out in Pokemon TCG Live, and the free deck that we get is Lugia VSTAR. And not just any Lugia VSTAR. This is Gabriel Fernandez's world champion Lugia VSTAR deck with some interesting techs, including Path to the Peak and Slacking V. If you want to play the deck in the current meta as is, totally cool. However, if you want to update it for the current meta, we're in the Paldean Fates meta right now, I've got just the thing for you. I'm Jet from inthirdperson.com. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel. And yeah, let's take a look at the updated build for Lugia VSTAR, the colorless version. So Lugia VSTAR is the backbone of this deck. It's got the attack Tempest Dive for 200, does 220 damage for 4 colorless energy. It's a very expensive attack, but 220 is a decent amount of damage. You're going to be knocking out most basic EXs, most Pokemon V, getting one-shots, 2 prizes, great. But really, Lugia VSTAR is here for Summoning Star, which lets you get 2 colorless Pokemon out of your discard pile and just bench them right away. And we are going to be benching Archeops with its Primal Turbo ability. If we get 2 of these on the board, we can accelerate up to 4 special energy onto your Pokemon, which is absolutely nuts. If you get only 1 down, you get 2 energy. It's 2 energy per Archeops, and it's not ideal, certainly, but you can scrape a couple of wins here and there if you get only 1 Archeops down, but of course, you're always aiming to get 2 on the bench. And then once you've got your Archeops down, then you've got a myriad of attackers that you can attack with. Lugia is a solid attacker, does a decent amount of damage. You're one-shotting some basic EXs and some Pokemon V, and it's got 280 HP, which can be upped even higher with V-Guard energy against Pokemon V attackers. And it's a really solid attacker in the deck, and 280 HP, very high, very hard for many decks to one-hit KO. Snorlax makes a appearance in this deck. It's got the Unfazed Fat ability, prevents all effects of attack, so your opponent can't Sableye this, for example. Roaring Moon technically can't Frenzied Gouging this, but Roaring Moon wouldn't do that anyway. Giratina V-Star probably wouldn't want to attack Snorlax with the Star Requiem, but it can't do that anyway. And it's a pretty solid attacker, 150, big basic, and Thumping Snore does 180 damage. And yeah, this Pokemon does fall very asleep. You have to hit 2 heads to wake it up, but there's Therapeutic Energy in the deck to negate that effect. So theoretically, Snorlax could attack multiple times. It's great against single prizers. And oftentimes, like against Lost Box, Cramorant can't one-shot it. Sableye can't one-shot it. It's going to tank hits from both of those. So really nice attacker, and 180 damage puts you in 2-shot range of everything in the game. Drapion is mostly here for the Mew matchup, and on Pokemon TCG Live, we don't see Mew much anymore. However, you can power up Dynamic Tail to hit other Psychic Pokemon like a Gardevoir EX, which might make it worthwhile. I've kept it in here for now. There have been times testing this deck where it has bailed me out. And definitely if you're playing in a tournament, you're going to run into a lot of Gardevoir and Mew. So keep the Drapion in there for that. We've got Mew EX, which is a really cool attacker in this deck. It does have Restart as a ability to draw more cards, which is nice. But really in the context of Lugia, we're using Genome Hacking as its attack, lets you choose one of your opponent's active Pokemon's attacks and use it as Mew's attack. This lets you copy stuff like Lost Impact and just one-shot a Giratina. Lets you copy Greninja's Moonlight Shuriken and do 90 damage to 2 of your opponent's Pokemon. Really versatile attacker in this deck. For your end game, we've got Radiant Charizard. It's got the Excited Heart ability where its attack cost comes down by 1 colorless for each prize card your opponent's taken. So once the game comes down to the point they've taken 2 prizes, you can use Radiant Charizard with the Luminous Energy in the deck to attack for 1 energy and do 250 damage. We also have Wyrdeer, which is a interesting attacker. It's got the Frontier Road ability where once during your turn, if you move Wyrdeer from the bench to the active, you can move all the energy on your side of the board to the Wyrdeer, which powers up Psy Shield Dash, which does 40 damage, and this attack does 40 damage for each energy attached to this Pokemon. It is going to be your hardest hitter, but you pretty much only have 1 shot, so you really need to make this count. For support Pokemon, we've got Dunsparce to negate the lightning weakness. It negates all weakness of colorless Pokemon. Really, we're trying to make sure Lugia doesn't get one-shotted. Squawkabilly EX technically gets protected as well, though Squawkabilly's pretty easy to one-hit KO anyway. It's got the Squawk and Seize ability where on your first turn you can discard your hand, draw up to 6 cards. Really good for helping you set up while also getting Archeops in the discard pile. We've got one Pumpkaboo to get rid of a stadium. We really don't want to see Path to the Peak in our first 2 turns. And we also have Lumineon. We've got 2 copies of Lumineon because of how important it is to this deck. We get to, when we bench it, we get Luminous Sign, which allows us to grab a supporter from our deck, put it into our hand. In particular, in the early game, we're going to be using this to fish out Professor Burnet, which lets you search your deck for up to 2 guards and discard them, then shuffle your deck. And we are going to be using this to get the Archeops in the discard pile so we can pop off with Lugia on the following turn. We also have Mesagoza, 2 copies of this, where we bench it or we put the stadium out in play. You flip a coin. If heads, grab a Pokemon of your choice. This deck is very combo heavy, and you need to get the right Pokemon in the right order. So Mesagoza gives us a bit more of a chance to do that. Yes, we are flipping coins, but this also acts as a Path to the Peak bump as well. So you could use Great Balls here instead and try and up your Pokemon search count season higher. I like Mesagoza because it also bumps Path to the Peak. 3 Nest Balls to get our basics down, 2 copies of Professor's Research. We get to discard our hand and draw 7. There are certain times you have like too much energy in your hand and you don't want to use Research, but there are other times where you can use it to get the Archeops in the discard pile, and you just get like seeing 7 cards, which is very nice. Capturing Aroma, unfortunately a big part of this deck. I absolutely hate this card, but in the current meta where our Pokemon search is a little weird, you kind of have to use this card. You flip a coin. If heads, you get an evolution Pokemon. If tails, you get a basic. Yes, there's lots of coin flips, and there are going to be times you flip the wrong thing, but enough of the time you're going to need that Pokemon search, and whether you grab a basic or an evolution Pokemon, it'll most likely help you out. We got 1 copy of Thorton, really cool card in this deck where you get to choose a basic Pokemon in your discard pile and switch it with one of your basic Pokemon in play. And then all of the other attacks, damage count, or all the other like attached cards and effects stay. So this can be a way of, say, you're playing against Mew VMAX, you put in the Drapion, Drapion gets knocked out, you can Thorton the Drapion back into play and knock out a second Mew VMAX for the win. There are other scenarios where you could use it to get Wyrdeer back, get Charizard back. You probably don't want to get Charizard back because the Luminous Energy you can't recover. But Thorton does give you some really cool opportunities to jump between attackers, or even like a Mew EX where you can get a second Lost Impact, which is very cool. 3 copies of Boss's Orders, gust an opponent's bench Pokemon into the active. 2 copies of Iono for hand disruption. Both players shuffle their hands, put it to the bottom of their deck, and then draw equal to the number of prize cards remaining. Can also be a great comeback card. Give your opponent a handful of resources, like 1 or 2 cards towards the end of the game. 1 copy of Collapsed Stadium. This is going to be used to bump stuff like Squawkabilly and Lumineon off of our board so they can't get gusted up. Also just disruptive for your opponent because so many decks want to go 5 wide on their bench. And then 4 copies of Ultra Ball to discard 2 cards, grab a Pokemon of our choice. Of course, we're trying to get Archeops in the discard pile as well. For energy, we've got a ton of special energy here. We've got 4 copies of Double Turbo Energy. Counts as 2 colorless energy, though you are going to be minusing 20 damage off of your attacks for each Double Turbo you have attached. So keep that in mind when you are distributing your energy. We've got 2 copies of V-Guard. Helps you take 30 less damage from opposing Pokemon V's attacks. This is in particular crucial in the Giratina matchup, where if Lugia has a V-Guard energy attached, Giratina cannot one-shot Lugia. So keep that in mind when you are distributing your energy. The Gift Energy, this is great on anything. Once this Pokemon gets knocked out, if it has Gift Energy on, you get to draw until you have 7 cards. Really nice filler energy here. Also helps you draw up. 2 copies of Therapeutic Energy. These are for the Snorlaxes, where it will negate the sleep effect on your Snorlaxes. 3 copies of Jet Energy. Lets you move one of your bench Pokemon into the active when you attach it from the hand. However, this also can just act as filler energy from Archeops. And then last but not least, Luminous Energy. This is a rainbow energy, but if you attach more than 1 special energy on top of Luminous Energy, this just reverts to colorless. So if you're going to be trying to use this on Radiant Charizard, this is the only energy you can attach to Charizard. So your general game plan, turn 1, you want to get at least 1 Lugia V in play, as well as getting the 2 Archeops into the discard pile before the end of your second turn, at which point you'll go into Lugia VSTAR, put the Archeops on the bench, and then power up whatever relevant attackers will get you through the game, whether it's Snorlax, Mew, Charizard, Drapion, Lugia, or Wyrdeer. Very versatile deck. It does have some challenges in the current meta. Charizard's kind of a rough matchup, but potentially winnable. Roaring Moon is kind of weird, but that will get better once Mist Energy comes out in Temporal Forces. And otherwise, it's kind of decent. I know it's fallen on hard times and isn't really as meta relevant as it was before, but for a starter deck that we are getting out of the box for free, it's a really solid get, and upgrading it to something like this probably isn't too much in the way of credits to get yourself a really solid and versatile deck. Let's get to these matches. Oh, great. Okay, Miraidon's going to eat us alive unless we can get a Dunsparce down. I don't think we can use Professor Burnet here. What? They got the Rotom tech? And we can't Squawk. That's another thing about... Yeah, we could use Nest Ball for Squawkabilly, but get rid of 4 energy? No. I think we have to Iono here. Also, how serious of a threat are they to attack on the following turn if they only attach DTE? Oh, God. Okay, they brick on the generator. Okay, that's a pretty bad start for a Miraidon deck. Okay, Drapion's not going to help us here. I think we get out a Lugia. I think we put a Gift Energy on said Lugia. I think we have to Iono here. And just throw all these energy back into the deck. And hopefully we can make something happen on the following turn. Okay. Not ideal. Not ideal in the slightest. We're going to hold on to the Mesagoza on the following. Do we get a Dunsparce down, assuming that we're going to get KO'd? But then we don't have... If they don't knock us out, we don't have room for the Archeops. Okay, we're going to read the wind. And pray. Okay. Lil Tone went to Liverpool's, did horribly. 0-1-3 drop. Oh no, Lil Tone. I'm so sorry. Were you playing? What division were you in? I know I'm kind of doxing your age, but yeah, that's unfortunate. Just wasn't thinking. Damn, what deck were you playing? Masters, Gardevoir EX? Man, Gardevoir is such a hard deck to play, especially in a tournament setting with the time. And like, I played against more Gardevoir than any other deck when I played in Toronto Regionals. And if you're playing Gardevoir, you pretty much have to win that first game or you're screwed. Because the deck is just slow to play. And if you can't get in within the time, then you just... It is hard, right? Yeah, 0-1-3 ties. Can't say whether or not that was in particular what happened to you, but okay, they get the Zapdos out. I'm kind of hoping they knock out. Like, I really don't want to attack with Lugia right now. We might have to. This is a very unorthodox build of... Oh, thank God they bricked on the generator again. It's win, loss, draw. So right now it reads as 0 wins, 1 loss, 3 draws. Yeah. Okay, they're going to hit generator again. If they Iron Hands us, they take 3 prizes. That is incredibly tragic. They will get another generator here. If they can hit double generator on this Iron Hands, it's going to be very bad. Please no. Please no. Please no. I know they're due for double hit. The fact that it's taking this long makes me think they hit too. Okay, so we're going to lose 3 prizes on that. We have... Okay. Okay. We weren't able to get the Dunsparce down, unfortunately. They might win on the first turn. Just really tough luck there. Okay. So we need an Archeops. We need a Lugia. Okay, let's see what we can do here. Let's see what we can do. All right, we get the Archeops. That's good, right? We get the Archeops. Let's see if we can hit heads one more time. Hey, okay. Let's go and grab ourselves. Did we prize the Wyrdeer? No, it's right here, right here. Thank you. Okay. I think we can get rid of the Pumpkaboo and the Archeops. Let's go and grab ourselves a Lugia VSTAR. And we throw down... And I think we have to throw all the double turbo energy onto the Wyrdeer here if we're going to have an opportunity to win this. Let's go and see. I know we're going to miss out on Wyrdeer's ability by not 120. And if we throw on all the DTEs, I should be better at doing the math here. This is going to be 240. Yep. Yep. We just smash it. Okay. There's still a game. There is still a game. Now, they'll probably knock out this Wyrdeer. Do they have the energy acceleration left to get a third attacker going? They've already burned 3 generators. They have no Flaffy. If we can tank this hit, I think we're fine. If we can... Okay. Yeah, if they've bench locked themselves, they're going all in on this Raikou right now. Okay. Oh, sticker. Tails. They're playing that post-rotation tech with the energy sticker. Do they have it? If they don't have it, we got them. And we can get the Dunsparce down if they knock out this Wyrdeer. At which point, we have a better shot at winning this whole thing. Are they stuck? They might be stuck. They might be stuck. Okay, they need to draw a card. Please don't tell me it's energy. Please don't tell me it's energy. Come on. They would have attacked... Okay, there it is. Sure. The other thing we can do, right? They are down to... No, they're down to 1 prize. We can't go in. We cannot afford to go in with a Charizard. Okay. Let's go get Dunsparce down. Yeah, we can go get Dunsparce down. Actually, I should have used the Mesagoza first. We go get Dunsparce. I think we can use a Jet Energy from hand at this point. And we go and power this up with all our single energy, right? So, V-Guard Gift, make this a tanky 300, yeah, 300 HP. Oh no, it's 280, just with no weakness. So, let's go and grab ourselves a... it doesn't matter which one at this point. Let's just go and throw on a Gift Energy here. Just the one. Just the one. We one-hit KO with the Lugia. They can't... They'll move 1 energy to the Miraidon. And yeah, let's discard that stadium. They do have pivots, right? They could keep that there. They could hit generator. But then they also have to knock out... They also need boss. Let's see how they play it. We're back in this. We're back in this. Yeah, we're 310 to V Pokemon. Thank you. Incoming Cologne? No! I don't think Cologne's not going to work. It only works on the active Pokemon, right? Like, they can't Cologne if Dunsparce is on the bench. Okay, here comes a Miraidon. Here comes Arven. I don't think Arven's enough. Unless they have, like, escape rope here. Yeah, if they escape rope and generator. If it's generator XP share, I think we're fine. Okay, do they have the third energy? Do they have... Okay, they have the third energy. Do they have a boss? If they can boss around this or rope... Nope, they don't have it. They don't got it like that. Lugia, despite the turn 1... Yeah, we're just going to Tempest Dive for 220, and we win the game. Despite the early Iron Hands, we were able to come back and win the game. A very unorthodox build. This might be something we see post-rotation more without the Flaffy. They got unlucky in the first 2 generators. They hit big on the third. That's why we have the Dunsparce in the deck, and it sucks that we weren't able to get it down early, but we were able to get it down in the late game to help Lugia tank that last hit. And because of that, we were able to survive that attack from Miraidon, take the 1-shot on Miraidon. We had boss in hand. We could have hit like the Rotom or something like that, but we did hang around, and despite losing half the game in basically the first turn, we got the win. GG's. Virtue of the content that I make. Okay, here we go. Can we... Let's see what we can get with the Capturing Aroma. By virtue of the content that I make, I am playing different decks every week. I am very much a master of none by design. Here we go. Let's go an Ultra Ball here. We will get rid of the 2 Archeops. And we will grab ourselves a... What do we get? What do we get? I think we have... Yeah, we have to get the Lugia VSTAR. Get the Lugia VSTAR. We will grab a Jet Energy. We'll hold on to the Mesagoza in case they slam down Path to the Peak. Though yeah, we'll hold on to that. My game is going very slow right now. I don't know what's going on there. Even a win in 1 round. Oh man, little Tone. It's gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay. Did you not like a round as in like a match with it? Okay. Oh yeah. Oh, no wins. Yeah. I mean, you could have kept playing. You didn't have to draw. If it was just like win a round, you could have stuck around a little longer. If that was... Okay, Lugia has generally a good matchup. Yeah, first regionals back. Have you played in regionals before? Also, we dropped a bunch of frames. I'm not sure what's going on there. Oh, network stuff. Okay. Ooh, they got rid of the Path to the Peak. Interesting. Because we really didn't want to see Path to the Peak right now. I don't want that Path to the Peak smoke. You weren't in the mood playing anymore? Okay, fair enough. That's totally fine. It's... If you've gotten to a point where... Yeah, you don't want to play anymore, then don't play anymore, because the regionals grind is very hard. It's a lot of matches. Honestly, I was tired after 4. But... Okay, they're going to Abyss Seeking here. And that, even if they get the knock, which we will... Okay. How many in the loss? They've got 5 in the loss zone. Yeah, we are going to get Lugia VSTAR down. Is the play to get a second Lugia down? Let's go and get our Archeops. Oh, we have both Archeops in the discard pile, right? Yeah. No, I think we have to get at least a Snorlax, right? That feels like the play. Okay, I want... Yeah, I definitely want the V-Guard energy on there to protect against the... Oh, no. Okay, let's go with the... I'm not like I have to take the KO right now. Have to. And I don't want to burn. Actually, you know, I could throw the Jet Energy back in. Yeah, I'll just attach from hand. I'll attach from hand. So I burn the Archeops for no reason. Let's go and attach the Jet Energy. I will put a Snorlax down. So we've got a mid-game attacker here. And let's go Iono. I'm not going to use the Mesagoza. I don't need that anymore. And let's take the one-hit KO on the Giratina. Now, holding on to all this double turbo is not ideal. We're going to hit for 220. And we've got double boss in hand, which is fantastic. If they get down another Giratina, we're just going to swat that away. And we should be good. Descrier says, Lugia was the new Charizard on ladder for me this morning. Oof. I mean, it's not... And yeah, Descrier, welcome back. Yeah, Lugia is the free deck, which is why we're playing it today. I've got a upgraded version of it, like a modernized version. Like this deck literally won the world championship, so it's not that bad out of the box. Just made some tweaks to fit the current meta a little better. But yeah, Lugia, it's still good. I think there are certain matchups that are really bad for it right now that make it tough to play. I think the biggest one is Charizard. Charizard sucks with this deck. You're just not doing enough damage most of the time to make an impact here. Yeah, I think we're good right now. If we just... I think we load up a second Snorlax here, and then we should be fine, right? We smash the Giratina, and then we just load up 2 Snorlaxes, and we should be fine. Yeah, Lugia is the free Battle Pass today. And the premium Battle Pass deck is Gardevoir. It's Tord's deck. Farming them just the same. Yeah, there goes Path to the Peak, which is fine. Path to the Peak doesn't really matter at this point. Let's go and get let's build up a Snorlax. How much therapeutic energy do we have? Oh, we don't have a Snorlax. Okay. What do we have? JF Raptor with the shiny Snorlax. That's awesome. I'm going to... Please hold. Okay, hold on. Well, let me finish this matchup here. If we don't have a second Snorlax, what do we want? I guess we could go Mew. We could go Mew, and we set up like a Lost Impact or a Greninja play later. Oh, for funsies, we could Moonlight Shuriken. I don't want to do that right now, though. Let's go and double turbo, therapy. But we have them like in an absolutely ridiculous spot right now. Because okay, let's go and build up this Mew. And I will go Gift Energy, Jet Energy. And yeah, we're just going to boss up this Giratina. And we swing for 220. Ooh, actually, let's V-Guard Energy the Mew. And we can keep Path to the Peak out. It's fine. You know what? Let's go slam the Collapse down. And that gives them even fewer options going forward. If they don't Iono us, I want to use the Mew to copy Moonlight Shuriken and snipe out the 2 Comfeys and be done with it. But really, they are so far behind at this point. It's going to be difficult. Like, we just boss up Giratina again if we really wanted to. You did get the please hold. Yeah, we're going to do... shiny Snorlax for the rest of the stream. So give me a second. We will get the, or yeah, Shiny Jet for the rest of the stream. So yeah, for anybody watching this on YouTube, there is a 1 in 300 chance to get the Shiny Jet. And if you get the Shiny Jet, I will put on the Snorlax costume for the rest of the stream, which is what we're gonna do here. Let's go finish up this match. We're looking really good at this point. It's just kind of the flex. If we just get the win, GG's. Yeah, that was I mean, we had the advantage there in the sense that they could not get the Giratina set up, but I mean, that's a benefit of Lugia. Lugia hits for a clean 220, which a lot of the time is going to be enough to take out a lot of basic EXs, a lot of basic Pokemon V. But even after that, like they just didn't have a lot going for them, and we set up ridiculously well in that matchup. Snorlax is going to be able to tank hits from Cramorant. It can't get Sableye. At least he can't one-shot it with Sableye. We had Mew set up, and Mew was going to be ready to boss up the Greninja and Moonlight and copy with genome hacking, copy Moonlight Shuriken, snipe out 2 Comfeys. Like, this was pretty ridiculous the way this match played out. And I think generally speaking, Colorless Lugia has a pretty decent time into Giratina, which is Giratina's pretty much considered the best deck in format, along with Charizard. Giratina's won the last 2 regionals. I think it probably has a little bit of a better match spread than Charizard. Either way you go, Giratina is one of the best decks in the game, super popular deck, and Lugia does have the tools to smash. Even if we were not as advantageous as we were being able to just gust up the Giratinas as we did, stuff like the Snorlax being able to keep the single prizers at bay, stuff like the Mew play. Mew could have impacted a Giratina off the board to keep up with the prizes. We could have Moonlight Shuriken to take out 2 Comfeys. This deck does have a lot of options in this particular matchup. GG's. There we go. That's a quick look at a updated take on Lugia VSTAR. Again, congratulations to Gabriel Fernandez on winning the 2023 World Championships in the Seniors Division with their take on the deck, which has been ported into Pokemon TCG Live as our free Battle Pass deck. If you want to play it as is, totally fine. If you're looking for some adjustments, definitely give my take a shot. But what say you? Do you like Lugia? Do you not like Lugia? I personally am not the biggest fan of Lugia VSTAR. I've never liked going through the process of getting those Archeops into the discard pile. It just feels so bad when you don't hit the combo, and hitting the combo in modern times is less realistic than it was pre-rotation. But it is a strong deck. It still does well in online tourneys and has seen a little bit of performance here and there in the current Paradox Rift meta. It definitely has fallen down a notch, but still a strong deck, and definitely a great one to get for free and upgrade for yourself to play on Pokemon TCG Live or just play IRL. All right, I got to get out of here. Thank you so much for watching. You can find me on all the things: YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram at @InThirdPerson. You can find me on Twitch at @InThirdPerson, where I stream the Pokemon trading card game every Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. And check out the website, inthirdperson.com, for more articles and videos on video games, board games, and other nerdy pursuits. So until the next one, I'll see you later. Bye-bye.